Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Travel and Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. You know, we do lots of different new things all the time, and we're never sure really how it's going to work out. Well, I will tell you this, the wonderful time that everybody had at the very first Bayou King Cake Festival was remarkable. Glad to have back with us Ms. Deanna LaFont. Thanks for joining us, Deanna.
Hi, we're happy to be here.
All right, and Dr. Channing Parfait, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thanks for having us again.
All right. So you guys had this wonderful idea that we're going to do this first ever King Cake Festival. And I know early on we were thinking, oh, not sure how it's going to go. We're going to set up some permits, and Thibodeau is going to be able to really welcome this in. So tell me what happens the day before.
So the day before, we pre-sold 1,200 tickets.
1,200 tickets pre-sold the day before the event.
Which was almost double what we had sold to date. So,
right. So you got about 600 tickets sold. You're thinking, okay, we're ready. We're good. We're expecting, we can handle with what we have kind of roped off, a couple of thousand people, maybe a little bit more. And you get the shock of your life as that doubles in one day.
Correct.
But you got to be, it's got to be some sort of eustress, which is positive stress, thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be a very well attended
Yes, that's
event.
kind of what we told ourselves when we saw the crowds the day of. Like, we have a really good problem on our hands, and we're very thankful for the public support of this event and for Lafourche Education Foundation. Having that many people means, we have that much support. So that just really motivates us for, planning for next year already.
Right. So it was a wonderful event. I know the kids that were there really had a good time, and this event was really a lot about them. You could see them there, just kind of really having a good time playing some of the Mardi Gras stuff as they were first line in there. Some good stuff, right? And so again, the kids were a big part of that as we saw that. Just so very cool.
Yeah, we're really excited that we had a great turnout for the children's parade as well.
Right.
And you see them there. And I was able to go take a sneak peek at the crowds for that portion of the event, and it was incredible to see how many people were out there to support the kids in their wagon floats.
Yeah, and speaking of support, having new mayor Kevin Claymore out there, being able to come and kind of share and toast with you guys and kind of enjoy that. We see him here raising his toast. And you had all the kings and queens of all of the Mardi Gras. This was very Mardi Gras king cake themed, right?
So we this idea got suggested to us that we try to, make this the official kickoff to Mardi Gras season and toasting the royalty. It was actually Denise with Shaka, Crew Shaka, that kind of brought that to us. And we were like, yeah, we're super excited to partner on this. I never realized that, that's never happened before. The royalty for Thibodeau have never come together and kind of all toasted each other ever before.
At a single event.
It's all
about they and themselves, their crews, but here they are kind of creating history, right?
Yeah. And we were so lucky to have Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser come as well. And he fully supports our event, and he's excited for us for next year. So it's great to have those partnerships.
And look, they're very impressed with the kinds of things we do down here. He comes on the show pretty often to talk about all of these wonderful events and things that happen and take place down here. And so it's great to have that state support, that local support. So state support from Billy Nungesser, the local support from Kevin and the mayor there, and all of the Mardi Gras crews. Because now, I got to tell you, I bet their thoughts are, all right, we'll do this again next year, right?
And we have some plans we're not really ready to talk about, but how to enhance the crew participation and just make that a little more exciting too.
Okay.
So next year's event's going to be great.
So build up to that, right? We got a little build up that we want to have. One of the things that I know that 1,200 tickets made a difference for is the crowd. And I know you guys were pleasantly, but maybe a little scarily surprised at the volume. And so Jen was able to go out. We were so very glad to have our crew out there. But look at the volume of people there.
There was, when we first opened the Peppers Gate, I was standing on the steps at Peppers, and I don't know if you were by me or not, and you looked out, and it was people as far as your eye could see. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, I can't believe we actually did this. It was one of the most incredible days of my professional career.
And it was a great crowd. You know, the lines were a bit long at some points,
Right.
but everyone was very friendly, you know, very happy to be there. So we were very thankful for that.
Well, and so what happens is when you're waiting for king cake, it's hard to be bothered, right? And there were so many different vendors that were out there and represented. And so, I mean, there were lots and lots of options for people to really be able to take part in that. And again, just some of those really wonderful options for food. And not that it's about food, but it was the culmination of everything.
And all of our king cake vendors were awesome. We told them to prepare for a certain amount of king cake, and obviously our crowds that day were much larger than we anticipated.
Right.
And luckily our vendors, you know, they were prepared, and they brought more than we, you know, even asked for, and they handled the crowds just as well. So.
Yeah, and again, I don't know that there could have been a better inaugural event than this one. When it was set up for, the timing, the weather, the crowds, the organization, and learning what we need to do for next year. And I love the fact that that was just a little bit of a teaser, Deanna. I love that idea, because now we're thinking, okay, we're going to make this better. Hard to believe that you can, right? But y'all are already thinking about and preparing for making it better. So very exciting. So congratulations on what y'all were able to accomplish. I think everybody this Mardi Gras season is talking about the Bayou King Cake Festival. Look forward to what happens next year.
Awesome.
We appreciate it. All right, guys, y'all come back and tell us more about it when y'all are planning it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Very cool. All right, guys, that will do it for this edition of Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. A lot more local programming right here on HTV.